What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another New Comic Book Day Top 10 list. Today I'm going to be reviewing all the books I picked up this week for October 19th, 2022's New Comic Book Day. There were a lot of really good books that came out this week. I had to limit myself to 12, so you know what that means. 2 of them did not make this week's Top 10 list. Today I'm going to be talking about books from Marvel, Image Comics, Boom Studios, and some other publishers as well. And as always, as I begin to talk about these books, just be aware there's definitely going to be spoilers, but I put a little spoiler tag down below in the corner to give you a heads up that a spoiler is about to happen. So now let's jump right into these books. And if you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below with notification bells turned on. Other than my daily YouTube shorts, I'm working on some other weekly bingeable content for you guys as well that you do not want to miss out on. So now, folks, with these 2 issues that did not make this week's top 10 list, I'm not going to be getting too in-depth with them, and they were in no particular order. But the first one I'm going to be talking about today is Marvel's Moon Knight, issue number 16. This is cover A. I'm going to be real with you guys. I used to love this series. The first volume, the first couple of arcs with this series, I really enjoyed. I love the artwork. I love the storytelling. It really just had me intrigued as to what was going to happen next, and I was really anticipating the next issue. However, over the course of the last arc, maybe the last 2 arcs at this point, everything with Hunter's Moon and just all that stuff, I haven't really cared about it. I haven't really enjoyed it. Honestly, despite a lot of action, I didn't think the story was told that well, and I was pretty bored with it for the most part. However, this is not the start of a brand new arc. I think the new one was the last issue, but this one kind of really lets us know where everything is going to be going. They introduce us to a whole lot more vampires, and I'm really excited to see what they do with this whole community of vampires. I think it's going to be really good. I'm going to continue on with it. Despite it not making the top 10 list this week, it really wasn't that bad of an issue. It was a little bit more on the slower side, but they were really doing a lot of plot development and just kind of a setup for the story. Now, the other one that didn't make this week's top 10 list, we've got Marvel again. It's Alien, issue number 2. This is cover A. You guys know I'm a huge fan of everything with monsters. Alien, Predator. I just got done talking about the vampires from the Moon Knight series. I'm pumped for it. However, a series like this, there's not a huge plot going on in it. It gets developed over the course of, honestly, over the course of the entire volume. It's not even every single issue. There's a lot of really good action panels, and it's a cool story overall, but it's way better read in a hardcover trade paperback format. Like this issue, not a lot of stuff happens besides just straight action. And honestly, it's been so long since the last issue, kind of forgot some of the stuff that was going on. So in my opinion, if you're a fan of this type of stuff, definitely try and pick it up in a trade paperback or hardcover format. I'm going to continue on with the series because I want to review it for you guys, but just that's my take on it. If you're a fan of this type of stuff, just wait for the hardcover, just trade paperback. And now let's jump into the real top 10 list. And here we go, everyone. Kicking this top 10 list off first, we've got coming in at number 10. This is Marvel's Predator, issue number 3. This is cover A. Now, I know I just got done talking about with the Alien series, how I think it's better read in a hardcover trade paperback format. I slightly feel the same way with this one. However, this one made the top 10 list over the Alien series because they're doing an incredible job just building the suspense of this series. I feel very just invested in our main character. I want to see her survive. I want to see her get her revenge. But at the same time, this issue, a lot of stuff changes in it. Instead, she has been the one that's been hunting all of the predators. But now, spoiler coming up for this one, now the predators are onto her. She's been hunting them for like the last 15 years. They're tracking her down instead. So they're kind of after each other at this point. A lot of stuff happens towards the end of the issue, and we had a lot of really good action as well. Let me know what your thoughts on this Predator series, but for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 10 this week, we've got Marvel's Predator, issue number 3. Next up this week, we've got coming in at number 9. This is Marvel's new one, Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1. This is cover A. So I knew it was going to be a big week. I was going to pick this one up or the other new one from Marvel. I believe it's called Crypt of Shadows, but as soon as I opened that one, now this is me personally, I'm not a fan of a bunch of short stories in just a single comic book. That one had 6 in there, so I immediately knew I probably wasn't going to like it, and just seeing that many short stories, it was kind of a turnoff. Now, if you did read it and you loved it or just liked it, let's talk about it more down below. And, you know, enough people tell me it was that good, I'll probably end up picking it up. Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters, and I'll tell you what, as soon as I opened this one and I saw that artwork, I knew I had to pick it up. I loved this artwork so much, but I'll tell you what, this story was so insanely boring. It's coming in at number 9 strictly because of the artwork. The artwork just had me pulled that deep into this boring-ass book. Now, with this story, there is a mystery behind it. I might continue on for the next issue, but it did a lot of just plot buildup. But every time I was flipping the pages, I kept telling myself, why? What is going on with this rock? What is going on with all of just this side conversation right now? I want to know more about the nightmares. I want to know about all of this other stuff. The artwork kept me intrigued. It was absolutely gorgeous. But as far as the story goes, I was just insanely bored with it. Let's talk about more down below. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 9 this week, we've got Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1. Next up this week at number 8, we've got Whatnot Publishing's Alpha Betas, issue number 1. This is cover A. This is a very highly anticipated first issue, and I know a lot of people were really looking forward to this one. This one is hyped up like no other. There are a ton of variants, a lot of different exclusives. But what did I think about the actual contents of this book? I thought it was all right. I'd say with all of the hype behind it, I was slightly let down. Some of the things I did like. I really like the artwork. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, and right off the bat, reminded me of Rick and Morty. I looked it up. I think one of these guys works on Rick and Morty. I don't know if it's the comic or the show series itself, but I like the artwork. Now, as far as the dialogue between the characters, it reminded me of a mid-2000s Call of Duty just game chat. I'll tell you what, those were wild times then. These were a little bit dirtier of conversations. There's a lot of just rougher banter going back and forth, a lot of cursing, so just be aware of that if you were interested in this one. But other than that, the story itself, we've got a bunch of kids. They're in a virtual reality game. They kind of go off the script of the game a little bit. We learn a lot of stuff from there. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys because, like I said, there's a lot of just hype behind this book. A lot of people had high expectations for it. Just my opinions, I'd say overall, it was an all right issue. I'm going to continue on with it probably for at least one more issue, but just, I don't know, didn't really have me that engaged like I was hoping it would. But for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 8 this week, we've got Whatnot Publishing's Alpha Betas, issue number 1. Now we've got coming in at number 7, this is Marvel's Thor, issue number 28. This is cover A, and this is the start of a brand new arc. However, just because it's the start of a brand new arc, in my opinion, this is absolutely not a good jumping on point. We've got Donald Blake. He's making a return. They didn't do a whole lot of stuff with him, but it was crazy with what they did with him. But it's the crossover we've all been waiting for. Thor and Venom with the current ongoing Venom series. I'm kidding. I really don't like that Venom series at all. I don't think it's good. So to see them take aspects of that and put it in here, it's like, no. I'm already not the biggest fan of this Thor series. I really like some of the arcs, but that Venom series, it just ain't doing it for me. So they take a lot of that stuff. Meridius is in it. And just, you know, I don't want to spoil everything for you Venom fans, but they put a lot of that in here. But they do bring back Donald Blake. We get a lot of action. So with this issue, I actually was a big fan of it, despite the crossover that I really wasn't too happy about. They did a lot of really cool stuff with it, and I'm really happy to see them bring back Donald Blake. I've been waiting on that for a while now. They kind of left it up in the air. Thor doesn't even know that he's there. A lot of really cool stuff happening. I'm excited to see where they go with this one. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 7 this week, we've got Marvel's Thor, issue number 28. Next up this week at number 6, we've got Marvel's Carnage, issue number 7. This is cover A. This series has really grown on me, and this is the issue I've been waiting for. In the beginning, I love the 2 separate plot lines. We've got the detective with Cletus Cassidy, and he's trying to find Carnage and his little serial killer. I knew eventually they'd be coming together, but in the meantime, I really didn't like the outer world, just kind of cosmic stuff that they were doing with the series. Not really my thing, not bad by any means, but I was, debating on dropping it. However, the last couple of issues kind of start bringing things together. We're learning a lot more about the plot, what Carnage is up to. Now, with this issue, the 2 parties finally meet. Now, I will say, and it sounds like I've been building it up, it was a little bit on the slower side. Malekith, he did a lot of killing, a lot of action, but just as far as the 2 parties coming together, not a lot of stuff happened, but the next issue is going to be the one that takes off. I don't want to spoil anything else for you guys because, like I said, a little bit on the slower side with a ton of good action as well. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 6 this week, we've got Marvel's Carnage, issue number 7. Down to the final 5 issues, folks. So coming in at number 5, this is Boom Studios' new one. We've got Eve, issue number 1. This is cover A. So despite this saying number 1 on it, this is not a brand new series. We have a volume 1 of Eve. It was phenomenal. The artwork was great. The storytelling was top notch. The only problem was we needed more issues. So do yourself a favor, try to find that trade paperback and get yourself caught up on the new volume of Eve. This one admittedly was a little bit on the slower side. The artwork is still breathtaking though. And with the story, we're just playing a lot of catch up. We're seeing what the characters have been up to, what their deal is, but then we have the hook. They tell us where we're going to be going, what the characters are up to, and see, I say characters because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I'm going to leave that at that, and for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 5 this week, we've got Eve, issue number 1. Next up this week at number 4, we've got AWA's Sacrament, issue number 3. This is cover A. So this is a sci-fi series with exorcisms. Combo that with fantastic artwork and a very well-told story. I mean, what else could you want out of this? They're doing a killer job on it right now, and we're only 3 issues deep. 3 issues, we've got backstory, and they really propelled the story. This next one is going to be fantastic, and just like always with AWA, I know they're going to wrap it up so well. So now, like I was saying, with this issue, really progresses the story. We don't really get the backstory that we've been in the last couple of issues, but now we've got our priest, the main character, and his little priest in training, and they're finally dealing with this demon head on. It was awesome. At the same time, though, the priest is really dealing with a lot of his inner struggles. He's losing his faith. He's not sure if he's set for the job, but a lot of other crazy stuff happens from there because, I mean, you know, it's a demon. Demons do their thing. We've seen The Exorcist before, so for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 4 this week. This is AWA's Sacrament, issue number 3. Next up this week at number 3, we've got Images. Nita Hawes, Nightmare Blog, issue number 9. This is cover A. I absolutely love this series. They have done such a phenomenal job on this one so far. The storytelling is A+, and the artwork is top-notch. If you're reading Philadelphia and not Nita Hawes, you are making a massive mistake. Throughout this series, they've been making all of these small references here and there about how the worlds are connected. They always talk about the vampires in Philadelphia. They always say some of these characters, they know the other ones or they've had relationships with other ones. The worlds are merging. They are going to be coming together at some point, and you are not going to want to miss out on it. So with this issue, I'm not going to be getting too in-depth with it. It was a totally just plot-driven issue, but they lay out all of the groundwork. We learn where the story is going to be going, not just this arc, but kind of the rest of the series, I think. With this, we've got our main characters. They're talking amongst each other saying, you know, this demon, if this demon comes to light, gains control, and just gets the power that this demon thinks it's going to get, it's going to be bad news for not just Earth, but also hell and heaven. This demon apparently is crazy, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it. But like I said, a little bit on the slower side, just a very plot-driven, just story issue, and I loved it. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 3 this week. This is Images, Nita Hawes, Nightmare Blog, issue number 9. Now, I will say for these next 2 issues, they were very hard to put in order, but we've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is Images, 10,000 Black Feathers, issue number 2. This is cover A. I'm a huge fan of this series so far. I am hooked. I am invested. I'm excited to see where they go with it. Now, I will say before I start talking about this issue, I am very biased towards Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. I love Jeff Lemire as a writer, Andrea Sorrentino as an artist. When they come together, this series are never amiss in my opinion. A lot of times I will say, they're better read in a trade paperback hardcover format because usually they're like 5-issue miniseries, and sometimes they're a lot easier to just read through, but man, this issue, they are building an entire world in this one, and I am so excited. I am ready for it. We've got our 2 main characters that we saw in the first issue, and it kind of goes back and forth. We see the story that they're trying to tell, but they're the main characters in their story, but then it transitions back into the real world, and you see their actual relationship. Such a fun second issue. I love the artwork, and we got left on a nice cliffhanger. I'm pumped. I'm excited to see where they go with it, and for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is Images, 10,000 Black Feathers, issue number 2. And this is it, everyone, my top read of the week. We've got coming in at number 1 this week. This is Images, The Silver Coin, issue number 15. This is cover A. Did any of you really think any other book was going to take the number 1 spot in my top 10 list outside of The Silver Coin? Now, I will tell you what, 10,000 Black Feathers, issue number 2, gave Silver Coin a good run for its money, but the coin always comes out on top. I loved this issue so much. Now, it is the end of the arc, and I am sad to say it is going to be taking a little hiatus. The main writer, Michael Walsh, he put a little thing at the very end of the book that said, you know, we're going to be having a baby in October, so we're going to be taking a break, doing some family things. Very good reason, but man, I'm going to be missing the Silver Coin. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best series from Image right now. This one, while it is the end of the arc, it kind of gives a nice recap of the coin and just how it's affected all these different lives. We've got the firefighter right on the front. He's the one that finds the coin from the very first issue at the end of it, and he's been behind all of it. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Incredible issue, incredible series. You got to find the back issues for this one or a trade paperback or something. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 1 this week, we've got Images, The Silver Coin, issue number 15. And that's a wrap on this week's top 10 list of books, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I missed out on a couple this week, but I always try to keep it within my financial means of about 10 to 12 issues. Sometimes I go over, but I always want to stick to 10 to 12. Be sure to comment down below what your top read of the week was and which ones you think I missed out on. And thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new videos. You won't regret it. I've got 2 more sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.